Okay. So, take a look at everything you just got back. Make sure, I also have a bunch of other stuff up here in this folder. By all means, root through there and grab your stuff if you're missing anything. I just sent a progress report out yesterday. Apologies, I just did find a batch of stuff that needs to be graded still that I will take care of, and I'm going to put this in the correct file so I do that actually. So if anybody got a 0 on a quiz or a project, there's 3 or 4 projects that were turned in, looks like late, with late coupons. Totally fine. They're still legit. They just didn't get seen. Amber didn't see those, I'm guessing. So I will take care of those today when I get back to the office. I'll grade those, give you progress reports out for you guys. So don't worry about that as far as everything's here. It's just a matter of getting it all graded and sent back to you guys. Ariel, please.
I have kind of a general question.
Yes.
So, in which case, when you're doing your standard deviations in the TI, which cases are you using your sample standard deviation, the big S, and then you also have your little sigma? I might have missed one.
Jump on the answer to this. It's a very good question. Very, very good question. In which case, when you run one var stats, when you run the statistics on your data, you'll always get a little sigma standard deviation, always. But sometimes you don't get a sample standard deviation.
Okay.
Sometimes you don't, right?
If you have both.
Now, this is the question. This is a fantastic, if you won't, I put that question back one.
Perfect.
What if you only have the population standard deviation given to you and the SX blank is blanked out? Monica, what does that mean?
That means you do not have a sample anymore, it's about the whole population.
That means you have the whole population given to you in a distribution. We're going to play with that today, quite a bit actually.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah.
So that's what that means. Very nice, thank you. So what if you do get both of them? What if you run your data through and it gives you both? Which one have you always used in the past in that situation?
The S of X.
You've always used the sample, the S of X, because you have a sample.
Okay.
Think about it logically. You can't actually enter an entire data set that stands for your entire population. But you can enter percentages when you analyze the population from probability points of view. You can actually talk about an entire population. We'll do it today in a couple of different cases. So when you don't have the sample standard deviation, you have to use the population one. When you've got both, you're only going to use the sample one.
Okay.
It seems a little weird, and I wish the TI didn't do that, but it does. We're stuck with it. It still gives you sigma when it shouldn't give you sigma, unfortunately. It's almost like I wish there was a checkbox. What do you have? A sample or a population? You can check it, and then it'll only give you back what you needed. So we have to do that. So to give you a heads up, the rest of the course, essentially, we're going to be using that little sigma.
Okay.
Because the rest of the course is all about these population distributions that we're coming up with based on likelihoods. Is that a good? It's a long answer. Hopefully it's a good answer.
No, that's helpful. Thank
Good,
you.
absolutely. And it's going to be nice, especially towards the end here, you won't be getting back an S anymore.
Okay.
Because the TI is smart enough to, it's not smart enough, it's mathematical enough to realize that you're looking at population distributions. Cool?
Thank you.
Good question. Other questions? That's a good general question. I like that. So check your points, make sure they add up. There are definitely some point errors on this, it sounds like, so we'll grab those at break and fix them. Hopefully we can log. I'm going to log myself back in and see if we can get what we need. Looking forward, I did not, unfortunately, get to make any quizzes yesterday for next week. I will do those today.
You have sinned.
What's that?
You have sinned.
I have sinned. Well, I blame it on negotiations. There's going to be some weird crap going on in the next 3 or 4 months with negotiations. I'm on the negotiations committee. Because we are cursed with the ability to understand data, we then become in demand. This goes for you guys too, just so you know. Whenever you go to work for, suddenly discovers you know how to crunch numbers properly, everybody's going to want to play with you and make you work extra hours. And you'll do it sometimes because you know it's the right thing to do. But that means you have to cancel office hours sometimes. And that's what happened this week, and I'm sure it's going to happen again. I apologize. I lose these blocks of time when I actually usually sit down and record videos and make quizzes. I will get it done. It didn't get done early as I wanted it to be. I like it to be done at least a week in advance. That pisses me off when it's not. German comes out. So I'll get them done today. I've got at least 2. Nick asked the question, how many posted for next week? I've got ideas for at least 2. We're going to have one in class today too, so there's 3 more. I've been watching, yes! I've been watching the numbers. I've been watching the numbers in the grade book. You guys are well on track to get your 10 in, at least your 10. Some people are already zeroed out, which means you've got all the ones you need in already, which means everything else you're doing now is just you're basically, any other quizzes you turn in now make the exams worth less, if you think about it that way. When you turn 10 quizzes in, that's an exam. Point-wise, right? 10 quizzes, 10 points, 100 points. 10 quizzes at 10 points a pop is 100 points. Each exam's 100, your projects are 100. By turning more quizzes in, all you're doing is you're knocking down the value of the other 3 component pieces, which I think a lot of people like. they like that because the quizzes are quicker and they accumulate more quickly. So I'll keep putting more and more up. I've got more in-class ones planned. I've definitely got a few more. Could not. Let's try this again. We might be doing this old school today. Yep, we are, at least for now. Not a problem. We can totally do it. I know you guys can do it after what you've talked about the past couple of days. So yeah, there we go. Please.
QCC is having a hardware issue.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. We can use this to get the number crunching done, and we can do everything else we need to do on the board together. Okay. Maybe they flooded out. Like the rest of the state, or the rest of the country. All right. So, I have a few distributions I want to talk about today. But we have to create them now from scratch, which I love, because we don't have the technology to simulate. I had some simulations planned. Where you could, next week your project is all about simulations and how to count very, very large, obnoxious things, like probabilities in Texas Hold'em poker, or things like that, that you really are they're very much too hard to do manually. So the simulation I had planned for today to start this off involved a game called Chuck-a-Luck, which is an old gambling game. So instead of just showing you the slide